went to Newark Public Schools my entire life. My brothers and sisters used to march from 10th Street up to 16th Street to Madison Avenue School. No matter what the weather conditions were, we went to school in 2 feet of snow. I mean, there's a sprinkle of snow on the ground, they closing schools. But back then we went to school, to Madison Avenue School. I skipped kindergarten, so I went to the 1st grade, and so I've always been a grade ahead at Madison. I had wonderful teachers there, Miss Edmondson, Miss Branch, that I still remember. Mr. Dasher, my principal, Mr. Edelstein. I had a great experience at Madison Avenue School. When I was a kid, it was a community school. People cared about us, and it was difficult growing up in Newark at the time. All my brothers and sisters, we had strange last names. People picked on us sometimes, and it caused us to get into little skirmishes. My older brother probably could tell you more about that than the rest of us. Then I went to Clinton Place Junior High School after that, which was around the corner from my home on Clinton Place off of Clinton Avenue. I went there for the 6th grade, and then I took a test to go to University High School. And when I went to University High School, we were on James Street. We used to have holes in the wall. You could reach your hand through the wall and say what's up to the other person over there. That's how big the holes were. And we learned, it was a very small school at that time. Before that, it was a school within a school. And it had just moved to, I believe, from out of Shabazz to James Street where I was. And I went to school there, caught 2 buses in the 7th grade to get there. And then they moved the school from James Street to the old Clinton Place where I went. And there was a big community to do about moving the school from James Street to Clinton Place, right? And it happened. I stayed at university from the 7th grade to the 12th grade. I wanted to leave there. I wanted to go to Malcolm X Shabazz High School. My brother, he was a baseball, basketball, football star. I wanted to go down there with my friends, but, I think my parents made the best decision and kept me at University High School. I met wonderful people there. My guidance counselor, Miss Holliday, I think is responsible, besides my dad, for me going to Howard University. She took me on a trip, historical black colleges and universities. When I stepped foot on Howard's campus, I knew this is the school I wanted to go to right away. And I wasn't even supposed to go on the trip. I was trying to avoid going on the trip, actually. I walked past her, went in the building. She grabbed me and said, you need to get your permission slip signed. I was a smart kid, so I said, I don't have a permission slip, so I can't go. So she called my parents on the phone and made sure I got permission, and I got on the bus, and I went down there on the trip. And I think that thing had actually changed the trajectory of my life, being able to go to Howard University and experience that. I had 2 sets of friends in high school because I went to university. I had friends that went to school with me at university, and the conversations were different. The conversations were about school, were about college, were about passing tests, but it also was about other things kids talked about. Then I hung out on Avon and 11th Street and Avon and 14th Street, the pool hall in front of Yusef's, mostly about what was going on in the neighborhood and, the difficult things that people were having, and times that were having parties and all these kinds of things. And it was just 2 different kind of lifestyles, and that kind of dichotomous relationship. When I started going to college, my best friend was catching a bus to 13 to turn himself in to go to Annandale, which is a youth correctional facility. And I had everything I owned going on to the train station to go to Howard University. And I think that's what inspired me really to come back to Newark and make sure that, more people were able to catch the bus to school and not jail. And, I don't think God sent me back to Newark to just hang with everybody that had it made, but to be able to do something about people's lives that didn't have the same opportunities that I had, didn't have the same choices that I had, and didn't make the right decisions, that maybe they needed somebody else in their life to help them make a decision that they couldn't make or they didn't make when they were my age. And I know that because I've seen it firsthand.